Hey there, welcome back to Surviving Ceres. This is Weeza, and it is cold here on Ceres. And since the last recording, I've actually done quite a bit. I've rearranged the base. I did find out something new, quite a few things that are new actually. This is the deconstruction tool, which will actually allow you to dismantle certain parts of the base and the machines and everything else. So that was actually kind of cool. It's been there the whole time. I didn't notice it initially, which is great because I was under the impression you could not move anything because, you know, trust but verify. I had read a lot of reviews about the game whenever I was, doing some of the key art and whatever else. And it just so happened there was a lot of people that were complaining that you could not move anything once it's been put down. That's not the case, thankfully. Yeah, so I discovered that just a few moments ago. So that's a good thing. And again, like I said, this is not an early release game. It is a full release, and the developer has been actively working on it. Another thing that I have done is put down a drill. So we'll walk through the base at some point or another. It's not that exciting, but this is exciting. Putting down this drill, and we've got some alien friends up there that they keep showing up, and I have a feeling they're gonna show up in swarms soon. Okay, we've got, this is great, man, fantastic. Now I don't have to do this manually. I do not know how to get the copper drill. I only have access to the iron drill at the moment. And of course I'm overweight. Again. But I have water production and food production working. So that is good. So our base needs are met. And I did put up this came with like the starter kit whenever you first started the game. That thing right there, which is basically the teleporter from the first and second floor. I went ahead and put it there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it there, but it's on the back of the workshop, which I will walk through in just a minute. I ended up placing the farm in the back of the building, or the back of the base itself, and I'm gonna go ahead and collect all this stuff here. I have done one processing of food already, and ended up putting a lot of it into the seed extractor, which I ended up creating just to do this purpose. So, you can create seeds infinitely kind of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft 40 of these. I ended up putting 15 in, and it gave me 45 back. So that is a good thing. So with 5 of these, I'm gonna go ahead and make some food. Yeah, and luckily it's 1 potato per, so that's good. So now we have a good supply of food coming in. And water, we're gonna have to end up getting some manufacturing done, some drilling or some kind, to get the water production moving much quicker. And so like I said, we've got the iron drill. A drill designed to gather from deep core iron nodes, consumes 4 megawatts. Cool. I do not see anything as of now because we haven't unlocked it yet. We're gonna have to expand our base a bit so we can get some more research, and we're gonna have to actually do a research station. Okay, so now I'm full on everything. So admittedly, whenever I closed out the last episode and said I was going to redo the base, I was still under the impression that you could not deconstruct stuff. So I ended up completely restarting and everything else. And when I did that, I did change the settings to reduce the amount of air that's used, food, and water. So yeah, I kind of became a bit of a puss on that, but whatever, it is what it is. I want to play this game as, oh my God, those things are massive and kind of frightening. Eesh, looks like okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I have not adjusted anything with relation to the amount of enemies or anything else. It was just those 3 items. Let's go ahead and take this stuff. Thankful I'm not over encumbered. We need to make a basic manufacturer and a grinder. I'm not quite sure where the grinder is. So I need to find that real quick because I need to make the landing pad and all kinds of other stuff too. So let's see. Oh, here it is. Here's the grinder. Okay, we can go ahead and make that. Excellent. Because we need this now. So we can make, I believe, iron dust. So we can make the part constructor, I believe. That's iron bars. Got those being made now. No, I don't. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of these. Might as well. Now that we've got iron in 2 different nodes being produced, we've got quite a bit of it. And whenever we get settlers come in, we can task them to go, collect the stuff. So that's actually pretty good. We're not going to have to keep running around doing that. Okay, the basic manufacturer is the one that needs the iron dust and copper dust. So that is good. We can do that pretty quick. Now let's go ahead and set down this grinder. I think I'm going to put it back here. I think this would be a good place to do it. I mean, it is considered the workshop, so kind of makes sense. Okay, for iron dust, we just need to throw iron ore in there. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. What is this? This is coal. Okay. Okay, coal takes 5 ice and 5 copper ore. Interesting. Okay. Need to also put down the parts constructor, which I think this should unlock some new recipes, which will be great because I'm hoping that we can get that copper drill. Let's see here. Okay, we've got copper plates, iron plates, you know, the usual stuff. Bronze rods, cool. And I know we're going to need to put the research station in, and that might be one of the things we need to do pretty quick because that's going to provide us, you know, obviously an ability to research stuff. Iron ore and ice. We've got that right here, I believe. Yeah, ice, iron ore, perfect. Let's go ahead and put that down. Craft this, we can go ahead and put it on the base. Hopefully start unlocking some stuff pretty quickly. So in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get everything ready so we can actually have the rocket and launch pad and all that other stuff so we can at least get on our merry way with getting some colonists in. I'm not sure if this is the best place to put this, but I'm going to put the research station back. Well, we might need another farm. If we need another farm, we can throw it on the back of that. So that's okay. We'll put the research station here, and if worst case, we can move it. Research and development. Okay. Oh, it costs money. Interesting. Mission control required to research. So I have not put mission control back in, but we will do that now. And luckily, we have it right here in storage. Let's see where we can make this fit. Definitely not there. Or here. Oops. Well, we could put it back here, but that is way back here. You know, I'm going to actually put it at the front of the base. If it doesn't overhang like anything crazy. No, we can't put it here. Oh, because of that solar panel, but we can luckily move that. I don't know if it can. Oh, no, that's going to be hanging out now. Let's not do that. Well, let's put it here. See how this works out. And I'm surprised that the power didn't shut off. Yeah, and luckily, whenever you deconstruct an area, it doesn't give you the parts. It just gives you the entire component, which is actually pretty nice. I like that. So I don't think this is in the best spot, but that's okay. I can move this later. Machine blueprint unlocks drill storage upgrades. Okay. Copper drill. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, there's different tiers to this stuff too. That's cool. Let's go ahead and just do the basic one. We're going to have to do it in order anyway. What I'd like to find is, well, it might be back here. It's the ice drills right here. Jeez. Okay. Perfect. So now we can make both of these drills and start getting things produced much, much quicker. So that's going to be cool. Okay, I did that wrong. So what you have to do is go to the machine blueprint unlocks to unlock the drills. Yeah, the ice drill. Okay, so what I ended up doing was actually going to the drill upgrade itself, and I upgraded the storage, which I'm going to go ahead and do that for the iron drill as well. Why not? So at least all 3 of them will have the, you know, at least the first tier unlocked for storage. So that's going to be good. We're going to need to do that anyway, so not a total waste. Okay, perfect. So 50 ice and then 50, okay, 5 copper bars. That's not too difficult. Okay, so I have created 2 copper drills and 2 ice drills. Let's go ahead and put them down. There's 3 nodes over here and then all on the very far side over there. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff started to get created. I was over encumbered, so I had to throw things on the ground. But that is okay. Here we go. Nice. That is fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and turn this one on for sure, and the ice one. We may not be able to turn the other ones on yet. I'm not sure how the power consumption is. Oh, wow. That despawned. Thank goodness I got that because that was my copper pick. But there was actually a third thing down on the ground, but oh well. It was actually copper or ice. I can't remember, but now that we're getting it drilled, that's not really a big deal. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and place the other 2 drills down on the other side so at least they're in place and out of my inventory for one. Check on power consumption. Admittedly, now that I've gotten this far into the game, I do regret actually doing that, reducing the difficulty for the, oh yeah, damn. Oh, but I didn't turn it on. That's interesting because it doesn't matter. Well, we're going to have to build these things anyway, but now that I think about it, I need to go ahead and deconstruct these because I need to get the copper to be drilled so we can do that. There we go. Should at least put the power back on. So yeah, I'm really liking this game so far. It has obviously some aspects from different survival type games, but I like how it's melding it together, and I like the steps that are required to improve things. We need to turn the power back on. Anytime you flip it, you have to turn it back on. Much like Satisfactory, actually. Oh, dang. That's why that was not in my inventory, because it's not difficult to, you know, obviously deconstruct something you don't want to. But I'm glad that that confirmation was there because that would have sucked. Let's go ahead and put this in here for now. We'll throw them back out there in just a minute. I just need to reduce the weight that I currently have. We'll go get some copper, throw out some more solar panels, get scared to death by that scorpion from hell thing. And that thing is massive. I am looking forward to that part of the game. I imagine that we're going to have some weapons and such. I don't know what type of weapons. Hopefully like turrets and such. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, the drill's not going super quick. I want to check on the research in a moment and see if we can speed them up at least. So I'm going to go ahead and plant some more food. And it doesn't really matter how accurate you are with this because you're going to pull these up immediately anyway once they're done. I mean, you don't want to be too sloppy with it because you're going to lose some efficiency. But essentially they'll take around 15, 16, 17, 18 of them if you line it up correctly. No, I'm sorry. They'll take 14 each. And I am not even remotely close to being able to do this accurately. I'm kind of in a hurry on getting this part like literally in the ground just so I can move on. As it's just me and not colonists at the moment, I'm not really too concerned with this because I'm greatly overproducing food, which is not a bad thing for the moment. Okay, I have put down the other drills and I have just noticed something. I have been saying that I have reduced the speed in which the food and water and air decrease, but I honestly can't tell that much because I have, in the short amount of time, this has probably been only, admittedly, probably 2.5, 3 minutes of making some more solar panels and putting down these drills, and I've had to eat and drink twice. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe I did it backward. Who knows? Not really that big of a deal though. But luckily we've got all this stuff up and running and they are generating stuff, pulling it out of the ground. So that is great. We got 66 of 105. We need some more ice for sure. Okay, overweight. Let's get rid of some ice. Still overweight. There we go. Now we'll start actually getting towards putting down the launch pad and everything else. And I think we're going to do that towards the back of the base. So I've decided to move the mission control from back there to upstairs. Kind of seems like it'd be kind of, wait, what happened? Oh my God, I just deleted it. I have the wrong tool again. Thankfully, it does not just disappear. So that is a really good thing. Okay, let's put this back. And I'm going to put mission control up there. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So now we've put mission control up here. Yeah, this is cool. It's a good, I guess, vantage point to see some stuff too. So I don't know where the rocket launcher and everything's going to be, but we could possibly put it down there. I'm not sure. If it doesn't go there, we can put it on the other side. So that's not a big deal either. At least it's here. Okay, I have not looked at this yet in the mission control, but you can go over here to the mission status and it tells you what you need to actually do. So like build a mess hall, build a barracks, a rec room, you know, whatever. So that's kind of cool. And it gives you the breakdown of how much you're going to get paid for everything. So it looks like, you know, total milestone score is 272. Okay, nice. So there's actually a lot more to this game than I had realized, which is fantastic. And so far, it's actually been quite enjoyable. Need to start getting some colonists in so we can start doing some stuff. What that stuff is, I have no idea. Okay, I just found something that's pretty damn cool. I was just looking through the research materials and such, and there's jump boots that give you double jump. This gives you 150 increased movement speed. This is really cool stuff. A tier 2 export, which gives you 50 million in funding for everyone you end up exporting. This is really great. Plus 100% weight capacity. Wow, this is really cool stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade those immediately or as fast as possible. I was just telling you I needed to eat. I need to eat again, which was not that long ago. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter on the whole food thing. So, and I am making a lot of food. Obviously it does have weight, so I don't want to go too crazy with it. Okay, so we've got the basic manufacturer and we're gonna go ahead and throw it right here and see what this does. Throw a door here so we can get easier access to the minerals and everything else without actually having to go outside. Not sure if that's the best location, but the good thing is I've already moved a lot of things around, like in the last 2 or 3 minutes. I've moved the energy space, I've moved the teleporter and several different things. So it's actually really easy to just move stuff around, which is great. Okay, so here is the export. Okay, so that's what it takes to make it. And currently the value is 25. Interesting. If I've read that correctly, that upgrade would make this a value of, what was it, 25 million? Something crazy? We'll look at that in a minute. I'm going to continue on with getting the parts necessary for the, we need the ramp. We need the landing pad for sure. We can go ahead and make that. We need the oil refinery. And luckily I have the stuff to make these things. That's good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put in a 4-way junction here and put the refinery right here for now. Oh, that's the launch pad. Well, I guess that'll work. Not what I was planning on doing. And I guess that junction's not going to work there anyway. So it's not a bad thing. Actually, put the junction right here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let me go ahead and move these things around. And look, I'm hungry again. Good times. Yeah, and it's easy to delete the stuff and move it around. Yeah, you go to the leading edge or the farthest edge and move it that way. So let me see. I've got a T junction here too. This might be better. Can you not switch it? I guess it only goes one way. I guess I could throw a door in there. Interesting. I was hoping we could move it the other way so it actually faces towards the back. Let me see if we can make that piece. So it seems that I'm just a complete masochist with base building. I have completely redone the base and I have rebuilt it 3 different times. Once it was off by maybe 5 inches. And you know, ladies, sometimes that matters. But anyway, this is what I've actually created. And it's just like an absolute monstrosity. Let's run through this and show you what I got. So and I'd been doing a little bit of like reading on the game, like in game, for like the different types of upgrades that you're going to end up getting. So I've done quite a bit of research on that. So I ended up putting the farm in here. I guess I should turn the thing on, but there's no water. Yay. That's great. So anyway, the farm is up here. I put it upstairs because we could actually, you know, have a decent view of whatever. But I was thinking of, you know, branching it out in the 4 different ways. Or at least the 3 different ways. But the farms, I believe, can be upgraded to advanced. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if the size is going to change. But basically, the base is currently mirrored. So the power is back here in research. So we are... Oh, wait. There's something that I was trying to unlock. See, it says funding available 20 million. But then it says 26 million here. What? Because there's something that I wanted to upgrade real quick. Yeah, it's this right here. It says it costs 25 million. It says I have 20 million over here. I'm not sure what that is all about, but you know, whatever. We are able to manufacture some stuff. And I will say, just as a quick note, that I don't know if it makes a difference or not if you turn down the food consumption, because it's kind of insane. But you know, it is what it is. I ended up putting in an extra oxygen unit because we are going to start getting some people in, and you know, obviously as you expand your base or whatever else, you're going to need more oxygen. And this is future build. But yeah, so I just put in 4 storage units here just to, I don't know, have general catch-all, whatever else, and also just to have something in this room. Eventually you can make some decorations and such, so I'll end up fleshing this out as, you know, the lobby, as it were. But anyway, as you come in, there's the warehouse back there, or the workshop. But if you come up over here, this is one thing that I actually do like. These are the landing pads. I ended up putting in 2, and there's mission control. So as far as I know, we are actually ready to launch a ship. Okay, idle on Earth. Call in a resupply or passenger rocket if available. Okay, cargo rocket. Oh, so yeah, here you can, yeah, select the landing pad. I don't know why it says 3 and 5. Probably because I've built and rebuilt and demolished and everything else. So there's not a passenger rocket available. Basic materials, so we can buy this stuff, but I don't want to buy any of these things. What I would like to do is get some tomato seeds or corn seeds, because those are the next upgrades that we can do. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff either. But what I'd like to do is, I thought we could, oh, wait a minute. I guess this is stuff, are we selling this or buying it? It says resupply, so I'm assuming that we're going to end up buying it, which I don't want to really buy anything right now, except for some seeds. We'll go ahead and do that. And seeds are crazy expensive, but I guess it's being shot through space, so what would you expect? Let's go ahead and do these. Okay, arrival time in 5 minutes. Cool. At least that's, you know, something. We'll hopefully check out that animation and see how that works out. So I've moved all of the machines into the workshop, and I have, you know, food and stuff over here and whatever would fit, quite frankly, with the storage on both sides for general production and whatever. But this is, in the back wing here is, okay, nothing. I'm sorry, I just moved this. Literally just moved it. So anyway, I ended up putting the basic manufacturing and such over here with fuel. I believe this is fuel. No, this is the basic manufacturer. I put doors everywhere because when you start running around, you're like, you know, where the hell's the nearest entrance? So yeah, what we're trying to do here is make some iron bars, because one thing that we're about to, oh, oops, I did that backward. What we're about to do is start shipping off containers. So this is where the fuel production is. I've already created some fuel, but let me run back here. And this is one thing I do like about this immediate setup is we could just run right out here and get whatever we need. So I'm going to craft 100 iron ore. we'll then have 100 copper bars and 100 iron bars. So we can make those containers that we're going to end up selling down here. Nope, down here. I want to keep getting turned around over and over again, I'm sure. But yeah, these things. So what I needed the 25 million for was to upgrade this particular thing so it would sell for more. I don't know what the initial one actually sells for. I don't think it's 25 million. So if we end up increasing this, it will actually sell for it costs 25 million to upgrade it to sell it for 50 million, which obviously will pay for itself immediately. So that is pretty cool. I was trying to get some kind of upgrade along the way just to go ahead and get that before we sent out our first one, but it's okay. I'm not really sure what else we can do at the moment to make 5 million, but we're about to receive a rocket and then also launch one. So I'm going to come up here and basically wait for the rocket to come in. But as we're doing that, register a storage. Oh, name a storage container for 5 million. Oh my God, we can do that right now. I need to start reading those because I have not been concentrating on them. Honestly, I have been getting quite distracted with this game. The game is actually really good. It surprised me how good it is. And I've really enjoyed it. And I've been continually getting turned around. But there's been there was a couple complaints on Steam about the game with the base building and construction specifically about, things not lining up and different things like that about, the parts that you put in are not the same size. Like, some of the connectors and corridors and everything else, you can't start from different ends and make them meet in the middle. So you can have a wraparound base and such. You can if you start from the opposite side, but I don't know at the very end if it's going to connect or not. But regardless, I have ran into some other problems that, people were talking about, but then I had to change my mindset. It's not typical construction and base building like in a lot of different games. This is one that you really have to stop and think about what you're doing. And the game even tells you that. And honestly, it has made it very, very enjoyable. Let's just go ahead and rename this. I'm not quite sure how to rename this. Oh, name storage, it's right here. Let's just say miscellaneous. Get that 5 million. Perfect. Oh, the rocket's beginning landing procedure. Let's go check this out. We just got another 10 million. Oh, we missed it. Did we miss it? Where is it? Oh, we missed it. Damn. We'll hopefully be able to connect with that another time. But that's kind of cool. We got our first rocket in, which is awesome. And like I said, I have not paused the recording since we started talking again, since I started introducing the base, and we've already ran out of food again. So again, that was just a few minutes. Let's see. We got some seeds. Oh my God. The amount of money it took for us to just bring seeds in is hilarious. But let me go check how much money do we have? Where does it say? Okay, we've got 29 million. Cool. I'm going to go unlock this research. Yeah, I keep getting turned around on the base because a lot of it is literally brand new. I just finished redoing a lot of the stuff. But let's go ahead and unlock this. Okay, perfect. Now we've unlocked the tier 2 export, and we're gonna go make some exports real quick and then shoot these off into space, hopefully without any issue. Nice. We can take all these and then slowly work our way over to this place. I need to upgrade the backpack and everything like that. So once we start getting things shot into space, we should be able to start getting those upgrades for speed and weight and, food and water consumption and such. So it's going to make the game a lot easier and make it a lot faster for us to do stuff. And I have slowly walked my ass to the wrong spot. Is anyone surprised by that? So I had to start with and this is not a surprise by me, the tier 1 export. I didn't know what was going to be required for this. I didn't actually check for the tier 2, but the tier 1 takes, what was it? Iron bar and copper bars, which obviously makes sense. The tier 2 takes bronze bars. So that's kind of expected. And I do have 5 bronze bars, which I might go ahead and just use to send into space. So what we're going to have to unlock immediately is the ability to make bronze bars once we get some money generated. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to do some exports. So I just went and checked on the rocket that came in, and it looks like you use the same rocket, which makes absolute sense, but it looks like I'm going to have to get some fuel to throw in it. I don't know how much fuel it takes, and then we can put some supplies in it to send back. So I've just put 10 fuel and 1 T2 and the remaining T1 cargo in here. So let's see if we can go launch this thing and make some money. I'm not sure if this is how it works. It seems like it would. This is rocket 2 idle on Ceres. Is that rocket counting? I have no idea. No valid landing pads found. I don't know what that means. Available rockets, 0 of 2. So there's a few things that I just learned. 1, reading is very important. And B, you use the first rocket. to actually send off your equipment, which makes sense for the, the first initial mission. So I ended up jumping a step right over there. And also the help menu is actually really good in this game. It is fairly detailed in what you need to do, but we can go ahead and launch this. And Roman numeral 3, you can actually create signage and everything else in the decoration menu, which is great. So let's go ahead and launch this and see what happens. We'll launch when Pilgrim vacates the area. How far? Okay, here we go. Awesome. So we're gonna make, okay. We got 8 million for the milestone. Let's see how much we actually make for, the thing going to Earth. Not sure how long that takes. But yeah, so we've actually accomplished quite a bit. And, all in all, once you get your mind wrapped around how base building works and the efficiency of it, it is quite rewarding, for one. And it doesn't take very long to deconstruct and, rebuild the base and everything else. So all in all, I think I've probably spent, it's been a couple of hours, total for putting this recording together and redoing a lot of my stuff. So, but again, it was quite rewarding. It was also entertaining, which is an important part. Well, let's see what it says here. I know you can call in a rocket. Okay, it looks like our next milestone is going to be to research 10 technology or upgrades. That's not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting that done between the next episodes. And I'll probably go ahead and unlock some gear and do that. So I'll probably grind out that section of making some money and getting all of the, well, at least some of the upgrades for increased weight and all that other different stuff. So anyway, I think this is a good place to end this episode. Very productive, and I really do like this game. As simplistic as it is, it's also very, very complex in some areas. That's, again, very rewarding. So I highly recommend it. But anyway, I'm going to continue this series for sure. I would like to do a shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, take care, and we will see you in the next one.